Welcome back, you guys. Your boy CK. We're on the Buccaneers for one reason and one reason only. Because Tom Brady is the slowest non-lineman in the NFL. If you guys play Ultimate Team and you want to get some coins, make sure to check out my sponsor link in the description, mutreserve.com. Use my code CK and I promise you'll be rich one day. But in the meantime, you'll get 15% off your order. Well, actually, that's only if you go based off speed and if you don't include kickers and punters, which is what we did to make sure we had some star power in today's tournament. If you guys are new around here, please do me a favor and hit that subscribe button. We are so close to 250,000 subscribers. I can taste it, man. Also, don't forget to destroy the like button. Now let's get into the tournament, man. We already did the fastest player from every team and we put them in a tournament. Now, we did that based off speed. Now, a lot of people are like, oh, you have to factor in acceleration. You have to factor in deep route running, maybe. You have to factor in release. And I agree. That's the point. All of these other attributes matter, but the main attribute is the speed, okay? If it was just based off speed, then there will be no point to do this tournament. It wouldn't even matter. But when you factor in the speed and you factor in all those other attributes, that's when you add different elements, and that's why we're doing the tourney, to see who's actually the slowest of the slow when all you have to do is run a go route, man. So as you can see, Breezes is one of our contestants. Taking a quick look at the bracket, man, as you can see, Brady is a 1 seed, but this is actually going to be a loser's bracket. Whoever loses will move on. That's how we're going to do it. I know it's a little weird, it's a little backwards, but we're going to see who's the slowest in the entire NFL, or at least in each conference, and then at the end they're going to face off against each other. We have Matt Schaub as a 2 seed, Alex Smith as a 15 seed in the NFC, Breeze as a 10 seed. A lot of star power in the NFC. AFC, the most notable name has to be Phillip Rivers. We all saw when he tripped over himself, you know, trying to get a tackle on a pick 6. Yeah, let's just hope that he doesn't trip over himself running just in a straight line. We'll see what happens, man. AFC side of things doesn't really have too much star power. I guess Brian Hoyer is probably the second biggest name, then Mike Glennon, Thomas Hennessy with a great last name, you know, Nick Vannett, a lot of people might know about him. But yeah, let's see who's the slowest of the slow, and let's get right into it. So first up, we have the slowest guy based on speed, Tom Brady, versus the fastest guy based on speed. In the NFC, Tyler Ott. We're coming out in full house, calling slants. They're both on the line. This should be a cakewalk. All right, you can see Brady on the right side, Ott on the left. And Ott gets there well before Brady. That's like a second or two, not even close. All right, now we have LP LeDouchier. I probably said that wrong and I apologize. He's representing the Cowboys. And then we have Sean Mannion, the 9 seed, representing the Vikings. All right, they have the same speed, but this is where all the other attributes come into play. LP on the right, Sean Mannion on the left. Oh God, I did not expect to be this close. Oh, but that's easy though. LP got there first. You can see his foot's already past the line. Mannion's gonna be moving on. Now we have the 4 seed Don Mulbeck from Detroit versus the 12 seed Aaron Brewer from Arizona. All right, right side we have Mulbeck, who is well behind. He's well behind. Yeah, he's not even close. Okay, Brewer gets there first. Mulbeck is moving on to the next round. Now looking at the 5 seed Patrick Scales from Chicago versus the 12 seed Casey Kreider from the Giants. Now keep in mind, these are a mixture of all the positions that aren't linemen. Offensive and defensive linemen are you know, excluded from this challenge, as well as kickers and punters. So these guys are the slowest of the rest of them. Scales on the right side, Kreider on the left side. It's actually closer than I expected. One of the closest matchups so far. But yeah, Kreider easily gets there first. We have Scales moving on. Finally, some more star power. We have the 2 seed Matt Schaub from ATL versus the 15 seed Alex Smith from Washington. Yeah, the football team has some very fast players. Alex Smith is the slowest. I hate that I have to say that every time, but yeah, it's slowest non-lineman. And the reason why I did that is because if I did lineman included, there would be no Breeze, there would be no Brady, there would be no one of note, okay? So I had to do it to get some star power. Hopefully that clears it up a little bit, because I know some people will ask, you know, some people don't listen and they'll say, why didn't you include linemen? Well, there you go. That's the reason. Hopefully y'all can answer it for them. Either way, Schaub on the right, Alex Smith looking like a wide receiver, getting to the 50 with the quickness, which means Matt Schaub is going to be moving on. Shout out to all my Game of Thrones fans. Tell me this man does not look like Tormund. He's going to be representing the Rams as a 7 seed. He's going against Breezes, obviously repping New Orleans as the 10 seed. Here we go. This one is actually going to be closer than you think. I know Breeze has a speed advantage, but everything else has to come into play. I don't know if Breeze is going to lose this one. Here we go. McQuaid on the right, Breeze on the left. It's neck and neck. Oh my God. I don't know. Okay, I think I see McQuaid's foot is past the line. Breeze's foot is still behind the line. The lower seed finally moves on. For the first time, it's the quarterback Breezes. Almost done with the NFC. We have the 3 seed JJ Jansen from the Panthers versus Mercedes Lewis, the 14 seed from the Packers. Yeah, I fully expect Mercedes to easily win this, man. He's a natural tight end. A lot of these guys are listed as tight ends, but they're like long snappers. As you can see, Lewis on the left, Jansen on the right, not even close. All right, so now we have Rick Lovato from Philadelphia as a 6th seed going against Taylor Pepper from San Fran. Rick Lovato on the right side. He's gonna lose by a few inches to Mr. Pepper, which means the Philadelphia Eagles moving on to the 2nd round. First up in the AFC, we have the 1 seed Trent Sieg from the Rams versus Tuzar Skipper from the Titans, man. What a name. Here we go, man. I'm kind of shocked Tuzar is here. I'm not going to lie. With a name like that, with Skipper as a last name, bro, I would expect him to be fast. Well, as expected, he is pretty fast. You know, just because his speed doesn't say so. And also, to be fair, he's a 16 seed. Sieg is the huge underdog in terms of the race. And yeah, our number 1 seed is going to move on pretty easily. Now we're looking at the 8 seed Mike Glennon from, of course, the Jaguars versus Charlie Hewlett from the Cleveland Browns. Glennon on the right, Hewlett on the left. It looks like Glennon's already a step ahead. Yep, as expected, he's gonna cross it right before Hewlett does. So we have the lower seed Charlie Hewlett moving on. Probably the best matchup in the AFC first round. We have the guy that, you know, is the reason why we're wearing these uniforms in the first place, Phillip Rivers, as the 4 seed against Mr. Hennessy from the Jets as the 12 seed. I don't see any way Rivers wins this. There's just no way he beats them to the 5th. Hey, it's low-key closer than I thought it would be. Rivers is showing something. But yeah, he ends up losing pretty easily, so he's going to be moving on to the next round. You have another quarterback, Brian Hoyer from the New England Patriots as a 5 seed versus Blake Ferguson from the Dolphins as the 12 seed. Ferguson on the left, Hoyer on the right. He's already well behind, as you can see. So the quarterbacks continue their atrocious performances in the first round, and they keep on advancing. Can the quarterback win streak continue? We have Chad Henne from the Chiefs as a 2 seed versus an actual tight end, okay? Nick Vannett from the Broncos as a 15 seed. Henne is not even close. Like, this is getting worse and worse every time for these quarterbacks. He's almost 5 yards behind Vannett. We got the 7 seed Morgan Cox from the Baltimore Ravens versus the 10 seed John Weeks from the Houston Texans. Cox on the right, Weeks on the left. It's a photo finish. Easily one of the closest of the video, but yeah, Weeks ends up squeaking by. We have the 3 seed Cole Mazza from the Chargers versus the 14 seed Clark Harris from the Bengals. This one looks like another blowout. As you can see, he's well past the 50 before Mazza even gets close. So the Chargers going to move on. We now have one more matchup in the first round of the AFC. It's the 6th seed from Pittsburgh, Cameron Canada versus Reed Ferguson, the 11th seed from Buffalo. Canada on the right, Ferguson on the left. Easy W for Ferguson. He crossed the line well before Canada. So we have the 6th seed moving on. Why not stick in the AFC and just bang out the second round? We have Trent Sieg, the 1 seed from the Rams versus Charlie Hewlett, the 9 seed from the Browns. A second rounder that's a blowout. I did not expect that at all. But yeah, Hewlett gets to the line well before Sieg. Sieg might end up being our slowest player at the end of this. So right now, he's looking really slow. Now we have 2 12 overall receivers. The 4 seed Phillip Rivers versus the 5 seed Brian Hoyer. This one's gonna be good. The battle of the slow quarterbacks. Who's gonna come out on top? Rivers gets there first. How do you lose to Phillip Rivers, bro? As you can see, his foot is across the line. Hoyer's not at the line yet, bro. Unbelievably slow performance from Brian Hoyer. He's moving on to the semis. Can we advance yet another quarterback? This time it's Chad Henne from the Chiefs as the 2 seed versus Morgan Cox from the Ravens. If the 7th seed somehow moves on, that will be a massive upset. I don't expect it to happen. We got Henne on the right, Morgan Cox on the left, and as expected, Cox gets there way before Henne. So yet another quarterback is headed to the semifinals. Final matchup of round 2 in the AFC, we have Cole Mazza from the Chargers versus Cameron Canaday. Mazza's low-key keeping up, but yeah, Canaday gets there a split second before him. If you zoom in, you can see it. So yet another top 5 seed moves on to the semis. First second round matchup in the NFC. We got the 1 seed TB12 versus the 9 seed Sean Mannion. Chances of an upset have to be slim to none. I just don't see anyone losing to Tom Brady in a head-to-head race, at least not until maybe the finals. So yeah, not too surprised at this result. Mannion gets there well before Brady. So the Buccaneers headed to the semis. I wonder how much age plays a factor in this. Like, Mulbach has been in the league for 17 years. How's he gonna do against a guy that has been in the league half as long as him? The 4 seed versus the 5 seed, man. Let's see what happens. This is high-key a division rivalry right here. We got the Lion and Mulbach versus the Bear and Scales. It cannot get much closer. We have this man's toe. As you can see, his toe is past the line. And then we go over here, we look at Mr. Scales, and his toe is behind the line, which means Patrick is moving on. The Chicago Bear was just a hair slower than the Lion. Would you look at this matchup right here, people? We got Matt Schaub from ATL versus Breeze. If I was a betting man, I would say that Breeze would get to the 51st, and I would be correct. Breeze's foot is past the line, Schaub is behind the line. So Breeze's run ends in round number 2. Schaub is moving on to the semis. It's kind of like you don't want to move on. This is such a weird tournament. Like, Breeze is probably happy that he lost right there. And now our final matchup of round 2 is gonna be JJ Jansen for the Panthers versus Lovato from the Eagles. Jansen the favorite to move on. He's the 3 seed on the right side. Lovato, the 6 seed, gonna get there well before Jansen. So JJ is gonna join the rest of them in the semis. First matchup in the semis. Why not stick in the NFC, man? We have Brady versus Scales. The 1 seed versus the 5 seed. Bro, if anyone loses to Brady, especially before the finals, I don't know what to tell you. How you gonna live with yourself, man? Here we go. Scales on the left, of course. He gonna get there well before Brady, as he should. Will we get an all-quarterback NFC Finals? We have Schaub, the 2 seed, representing ATL, versus Jansen, the 3 seed from Carolina. I feel like I gotta keep reminding you guys what teams they're representing, because you might not even know these players, even if they're on your favorite teams. So, you know, I'm just trying to let you know who to root for. Anyways, Schaub on the right, Jansen on the left. I'm pretty sure we have our winner. Jansen's toe, his whole knee is past the line, and Schaub hasn't really passed the line at all. So yeah, he's moving on. We got ourselves a quarterback finals in the NFC. And now the moment you've been waiting for. Brady versus Schaub, the 2 slowest non-linemen and non-kicker and punter in the NFC, man. The 1 versus the 2 seed. Who's gonna be the slowest? For reference, Tom Brady ran a 5.2840. Matt Schaub, on the other hand, ran a 5.0540. So Schaub should win this. But hey, they are not at the same point they were when they ran that 40, so it really doesn't matter. I don't know why I brought it up, but anywho, it looks like Schaub's knee is already past the line while Brady's is behind the line. So we have our finalist from the NFC. As predicted, Tom Brady, the 1 seed, is looking to bring home another championship. Now back to the AFC, we have the 1 seed Trent Sieg versus the 5 seed Brian Hoyer. Sieg on the right side, he's looking like my favorite to win this tournament, bro. Look at how much Hoyer beats him by. That shouldn't happen in the semis, man. Sieg is, of course, moving on to the finals. I low-key just realized we have Henny and Hennessy. That could get confusing. Okay, anywho, we have the 2 seed versus the 3 seed. Henny on the right side, Mazza on the left, and Mazza's gonna win this one pretty easily. So it is possible that we might get an all QB finals. All Henny has to do is be slower than Trent Sieg. 1 seed versus 2 seed again. 2 slowest guys in the AFC. Now, even though I expect Seed to move on, I still hope it's at least close. Like, come on. There you go. There you go. At least he made it close, okay? Henny's leg is well past the 50. Sieg is not even there yet. Is it possible that we might have found someone that is a lineman or a kicker or punter that might be slower than Tom Brady? The matchup of all matchups, 60 speed Brady versus 62 speed trend Sieg. Acceleration advantage to Sieg by a lot. But you gotta factor in some of the other attributes, man. We'll see what happens. Drop a prediction in the comment section. Do it before you see the matchup. Don't do it after. Don't be that guy, okay? I'm going through all their stats so you can make a prediction accordingly. Uh-oh. I want to watch it both in real time and the replay. I want to see. I want to see if you can guess. Okay, Sieg looks like he won this pretty easily. I'm not gonna lie. And he did pretty easily, man. Look, he's a full foot past the 50. Brady's not even close. Holy crap, so it's confirmed. Brady is the slowest non-lineman and non-kicker or punter in the entire NFL, according to Madden. Hopefully you guys did enjoy this video, man. Destroy the like button. Thank you so much for watching all the way to the end. I can't thank you guys enough for all the support and the love you have been showing me. Until next time.